When it comes to daytime television, romance has always been the beating heart of the drama. Viewers don't just tune in for the fights, betrayals, and shocking twists. They stay for the love stories, the passion, and the chemistry that makes characters unforgettable. And when we talk about unforgettable love stories, Tristan Rogers tops the list. As Robert Scorpio on General Hospital, Tristan gave fans some of the most iconic romances in soap opera history. From his fiery chemistry with Anna Devane to the adventurous spark with Holly Sutton, Robert's love life was as dramatic and twist-filled as the plots around him. Fans laughed, cried, and even argued over who was his true soulmate. But what about the man behind the character? Off-screen, Tristan Rogers' own love story followed a very different path. Away from the cameras, he wasn't just the dashing super spy of Port Charles. He was a devoted husband, father, and a man who valued loyalty in ways that his character often struggled with. Today, we're diving deep into both sides of the story. Robert Scorpio's passionate on-screen romances versus Tristan Rogers' real-life journey of love, loyalty, and family. When Tristan Rogers first stepped into the role of Robert Scorpio on General Hospital in the early 1980s, no one could have predicted that he would soon become one half of some of the most talked-about supercouples in soap history. Soap operas have always thrived on romance, but Tristan brought something extra to the table. A mixture of charm, wit, and unpredictability that made every storyline feel like an adventure. One of Robert's earliest and most memorable love stories was with Holly Sutton, played by Emma Sams. What began as a marriage of convenience quickly turned into one of soap opera's most beloved romances. Holly was supposed to be nothing more than a partner of circumstance. Their wedding was driven more by necessity than passion. But over time, sparks started to fly. Fans couldn't get enough of their witty banter, stolen glances, and undeniable chemistry. Tristan and Emma brought something magical to the screen, making viewers root for them even when the storyline didn't promise a happy ending. Gossip magazines of the time exploded with speculation. Were Tristan and Emma just acting, or was there something more behind the scenes? While both stars always kept things professional, fans couldn't stop whispering about how real their connection seemed. Robert and Holly's romance was filled with danger, adventure, and shocking twists, including heartbreaks and separations. Still, decades later, their love story remains one of the most rewatched arcs of the show, cementing Robert and Holly as one of soap's great couples. Then came Anna Devane, portrayed by Finola Hughes, and everything changed. If Robert and Holly were the sweet love story born from circumstance, Robert and Anna were the explosive romance fueled by passion, secrets, and betrayal. Anna and Robert had a past that was as mysterious as it was dangerous. Their relationship wasn't simple. It was layered with espionage, lies, and heartbreak. But despite their differences, their chemistry was undeniable. Soap fans lived for their fiery arguments, passionate reconciliations, and dramatic breakups. They married not once, but twice, proving that even when they couldn't make it work, they couldn't stay apart for long either. And then, of course, there was Robin, their daughter, who tied their lives together forever. Robin's storylines often pulled Robert and Anna back into each other's orbit, showing that no matter how much time or distance came between them, their love story was never truly over. Viewers debated endlessly. Was Anna Robert's true love? Or was Holly? This love triangle became one of the most gossiped-about rivalries in daytime TV. Even today, soap forums and fan groups argue about which couple deserved the title of Robert's ultimate soulmate. As with any soap opera leading man, Robert Scorpio's love life wasn't just limited to two major romances. He had flings, heartbreaks, and plenty of storylines where romance took center stage. What made Tristan shine was his ability to bring depth and believability to these romances, no matter how wild the storyline became. Whether Robert was facing down villains, faking his death, or being reunited with long-lost loves, Tristan made every romantic beat feel real. Behind the scenes, his chemistry with his co-stars often sparked gossip. Fans wrote to magazines, speculating if Finola Hughes or Emma Sams had ever been more than just colleagues to Tristan. Though none of those rumors were ever confirmed, the speculation itself added to the soap opera-like aura that surrounded Tristan off-screen as well. The secret behind Tristan Rogers' on-screen love stories wasn't just in the writing. It was in his performance. He brought humor, tenderness, and unpredictability to Robert Scorpio, making him both a dashing hero and a relatable man. Fans weren't just watching Robert fall in love. They were watching Tristan breathe life into a character that felt real, flawed, and endlessly lovable. Even decades later, when Tristan made surprise returns to General Hospital, fans were still buzzing with the same question. Would Robert rekindle things with Anna? Or was Holly the one who truly owned his heart? That constant curiosity proved just how powerful Tristan's romantic storylines were. They left audiences hungry for more, even after 40 years. While Robert Scorpio's love life on General Hospital was a whirlwind of drama, passion, betrayal, and reconciliations, Tristan Rogers' real-life journey of love was far more grounded, stable, and heartwarming. The contrast between the two is what makes his story so fascinating, because while fans were used to seeing him caught up in endless romantic entanglements on screen, off-screen, Tristan valued loyalty, simplicity, and the steady rhythm of family life. Before he became a soap legend, Tristan Rogers was an ambitious young man who left Australia to chase his acting dreams. Like many rising stars, he dated, mingled, and enjoyed the social scene of Hollywood. But unlike the playboy spy he portrayed on screen, Tristan wasn't known for hopping from one high-profile romance to another. In fact, he kept his personal relationships incredibly private, rarely feeding into the gossip mill that thrived around soap actors in the 1980s. At a time when tabloids loved to link stars romantically, Tristan mostly stayed out of the rumor pages. While fans speculated about his chemistry with co-stars like Finola Hughes and Emma Samms, Tristan himself drew a clear line between fiction and reality. He knew how to deliver electrifying passion on screen, but when the cameras stopped rolling, he was focused on living a life that wasn't defined by constant scandal or gossip. The biggest turning point in Tristan's real-life love story came in the early 1990s, when he met Teresa Parkerson. Unlike the dramatic entrances and secret pasts of soap opera characters, Tristan and Teresa's love story was refreshingly real. Teresa wasn't a fellow soap star or someone caught up in the Hollywood spotlight. She was grounded, supportive, and brought balance to Tristan's life. They married in 1995, and from that moment on, Tristan often credited Teresa as his rock. While his fans continued to swoon over Robert Scorpio's roller coaster romances, Tristan found true happiness in his marriage. Unlike Robert and Anna, who married and divorced twice, or Robert and Holly, who were constantly separated by impossible situations, Tristan and Teresa's marriage was one of stability and loyalty. The couple went on to build a family together, raising 2 children, Cal Rogers and Sarah Rogers. Tristan was deeply devoted to fatherhood, often sharing how much his children meant to him. In interviews, he spoke about how family gave him perspective, especially as he navigated the unpredictable world of acting. For Tristan, family always came before fame. While many actors chased bigger roles or moved from one project to another, Tristan balanced his career carefully around his responsibilities as a husband and father. Fans were often surprised by how different he was from Robert Scorpio. While Robert thrived on danger, Tristan thrived on normalcy. Unlike the soap opera scandals his character endured, Tristan's personal life was remarkably drama-free. There were no messy divorces, no explosive breakups splashed across tabloids, no secret love children, nothing that mirrored the chaotic love life of Robert Scorpio. Instead, Tristan focused on being present for his family, attending events with Teresa, and building a home life that kept him grounded. One of the most admirable aspects of Tristan's real-life love story was his loyalty and respect for privacy. In an industry where oversharing often sells headlines, Tristan was protective of his loved ones. He rarely flaunted his marriage in interviews, and when he did talk about his family, it was with a tone of admiration and gratitude rather than gossip. Fans who followed him on social media noticed the same. While Tristan was witty, engaging, and even cheeky online, he kept the focus on his work, his colleagues, and his reflections on life. His family remained largely out of the spotlight, something he clearly chose deliberately. The contrast between Robert Scorpio's chaotic romances and Tristan Rogers' real-life love story is almost poetic. Robert was constantly torn between passion and duty, often hurting those closest to him. His marriages ended in heartbreak, his love triangles caused pain, and his secret-keeping often backfired. But Tristan himself wasn't like that at all. Off-screen, he showed that love didn't have to be a battlefield. It could be a partnership built on trust and steadiness. While Robert's love life kept viewers on edge, Tristan's own story was a quiet proof that true romance does.